Well, here we are again. I thought I was done with this topic. However, I'm not done because now we know exactly what happened. The reason why Shedeur fell out of the first round, we know now. Um, so we're going to get into that, and we're going to get into why he got a uphill battle to climb, but that might be negated by his popularity because he got the number one jersey right now. I believe. I believe that's what they're saying. His jersey is being ordered off the racks right now. So I never seen a fifth rounder jersey ordered off the racks like that. So that's how we know something happened. I know people saying, well, he might not just not be cutting the mustard. No, that's not it. What happened was some NFL owners got together and said, take him off the board. Just like that. They said entitled too. They called him entitled. So we know it's personal now. So he got an uphill battle in the NFL. Shit, he'd be better off going to Canada. I know he'll get some money in Canada. He'll be better off, man, because these billionaires are against him. That's why the Cleveland Browns, um, they got him. You know what I'm saying? But they were told, owners were told to take him off the board. Owners were told, with old owners told the people to take him off the board because he's entitled. So it's now we know it's personal. So that's what's happening right now. So it's personal. But see, here's the thing though. He's in a unique situation because even though he was drafted in the fifth round, the Browns know he's not a fifth rounder. The Browns know that. Eventually he's gonna make it to that roster spot because Deshaun Jackson is out for the season with Achilles. I'm not sure Flacco should be starting, but I believe he's a free agent. So he'll be good to learn on the Joe Flacco. I think Jackson did the same thing. He helped him out. But the fact that I heard that, that means they already got their minds made up about him. And it's unfortunate um, because a few things were said and it rubbed them the wrong way. You know when he said when he go to a team, they got to be prepared to change their culture. That rubbed some people the wrong way. And he didn't mean it like that. He mean a winning culture. But look, I'm about to tell him this. Every owner is not in it to win it. I'll say it again. The Jets family, I'm not this one, not the current family, the one before, they weren't really concerned about winning. It was just the prestige of having an NFL team. These owners make money regardless because of the fans, they're gonna sell out them stadiums. All they gotta do is get one or two good players, and the stadium is filled. So the owners benefit regardless. Okay, the owners benefit regardless. They do. Um, but what he probably didn't know was I know this because I know people that's affiliated with the NFL. Everybody's not concerned about winning. I know they say that about Dallas all the time, but I think Jerry Jones do want to win, but it's the prestige of having an NFL team. It's prestigious to own one because not everybody can own one. So they're already winning when they own an NFL team anyway. They're winning already. So so I heard that. Um, the fact that they said that is kind of concerning for this kid. Um, I knew it was going to come out because they wanted to come out. They don't care about nobody knowing. You know why? Because people gonna fill them seats regardless. But I'm telling my people, we having a discussion on it. We not going to no games, and we not buying no jerseys or nothing. Check this out. When discussing the former Colorado quarterback's stunning slide over the weekend to the fifth round in the 2025 NFL stupid ass draft. Now that's me saying that. With the Browns grabbing him at the 144th pick, Boomer Esiason claimed Monday that 23-year-old Sanders wasn't on the draft boards at the discretion of unnamed ownership. Here they go again. Oh no. They're being cowards again. Unnamed ownership. We already know who they are though. When you listen to this kid talk right prior to the combine about how you want a new culture in your locker room, I'm the guy to do that. I can turn it around. He's very high on himself. And I think he's very off-putting to many, many coaches and general managers in the league. Boomer Esiason said Monday. Now, Boomer Esiason is talking. He's connected. Boomer Esiason used to play in the league. He used to play for the Bengals, and I believe he played for the Jets, too. He's connected in the league. For him to say this, it got to be true. It got to be true. He said, I'm telling you right now, and I know this after talking to 3 different personnel, people in the NFL this weekend, they didn't even have him on their draft board. They took him off. And they took him off because the owners said, take him off. I don't want that guy. I don't want this entitled person on our team. And he said, I don't blame, and I don't blame. He said in the months leading up to the draft, Sanders stirred buzz over comments made at the NFL scouting combine in February when rumors proclaimed about the quarterback's alleged unprofessional behavior. We went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed 2 programs back to back, Sanders said at the combine. You don't think I could come into the NFL franchise and change the program again? It's history. It's always going to repeat itself. Sanders, once projected to go in the early rounds of this year's draft, had to wait until the third and final day. It says beyond the quarterback just torpedoing himself where the pre-draft process is concerned, Esiason added Monday that the quarterback's father, Hall of Fame Deion Sanders, didn't help matters, particularly when he joked about the family pulling the Eli and nod to Eli Manning forcing a draft day trade in 2004 with the Chargers to the Giants. It was a roller coaster draft experience for Sanders' family, as we know. Jax Ulbrich, a 21-year-old son of Falcons. Well, I ain't getting into that. All right, so you heard it there. So he said he had heard it from different personnel that the owners told him to take him off the draft board. I don't want that kid. I don't want that problem. So this is how they feel about him. This is how they feel. These are billionaires. These are how these, and excuse me, they say he's entitled, right? Entitled billionaires. This is how they feel about him. They don't like a confident. See, I know that what's his name came when I'm not going to say his name. He thought he was cooking today too. He thought he was. He said, well, he needs to change his persona and, he calls him, I ain't going to say what he called him, but he said he needed to change. That's not it. They already had it against him already. It's nothing wrong with him saying he want to change the culture in the locker room. Listen, everybody's not about winning. See, this is what he didn't know. This is what he didn't know. I know for a fact, because I know somebody that work in the front office, in the marketing department. Everybody's not about winning. Every organization don't have a winning culture there. There's a prestige of owning an NFL team. That's good enough because they get money regardless. Okay? You're not going to go in there telling some millionaires that they need to change their attitude. That's not going to happen. So a lot of people, I heard now, including players, They didn't want to play with him. But I also heard that there's some players that's upset about it. And they may ask for trades because they need a quarterback and they want to win. Because winning, it does a lot when you win. You're not just see. Here's the thing with these players: you're not winning for the city or the organization. You're winning for yourself. But there's a lot of benefits into winning. There's a lot of benefits. But at the end of the day, everybody's getting their money. Everybody don't care about winning in that league. So I don't know if the Browns care about winning, to be honest with you. The Browns ownership has a good they be selling out that stadium regardless if they having a suck because people want to watch football. People want to go to the game because there's nothing like going to the game to experience it. So they're going to get them seats filled up. Now by default, they're going to have the seats filled up because he's there. But the problem is he's facing an uphill battle because they have him marked. I knew it. I knew they had him marked. Now, I'm glad Boomer Esiason is saying it because I'm saying it because the spirit is telling me they got him marked. But now we can confirm it. They had him marked. And it's nothing wrong with saying that you want to change the culture. He said he did at Jackson State. He did at Colorado, which is true. But they're looking at it like he's entitled. Like, who the hell is him, the rookie, to come in and tell us that? See, that's what he was facing. Remember when Coach Prime said that he don't want to coach in the NFL because you don't want to sit because you can't tell millionaires what to do. He's right about that. He's right about that. So it's a very selfish situation in that league, and I'm glad now that Boomer Esiason said it. I knew it was going to come out. I knew the truth was going to come out. We just have to wait for it. But the only problem is they're being cowards about it. The only problem is they're being cowards about it because they're saying unnamed owners. Nah, Boomer, name the owners. We actually know who the owners are, though. We know. It's one of them is the Giants. One of them is the Jets. Um, One of them is the Browns, but they got them anyway because they could have got. No, not the Browns. Actually, it could have been the Browns, but I can make the argument and say, okay, their draft pick, who they pick first, okay, that makes sense. But they technically don't need a quarterback, really. The Browns don't because they have Flacco. I mean, if he coming back, if he's gonna sign, and they have this is before they drafted Dylan Gabriel. They had Flacco. They had the other quarterback. He's a journeyman, and Deshaun Jackson is hurt, and they had somebody else. So they had quarterbacks, but I can see why they wanted to draft a quarterback, but they went after Dylan Gabriel first. That means they already had in their mind, we're going to take the money away from Shedeur. Shedeur at the wrong program. He need to go to Canada. I guarantee you he'll make money over there, even with the endorsements, he will make his money in Canada. Even with the endorsements, he'll be the most famous person over there. They didn't want him. They see the Browns. They didn't draft him the number one quarterback because of his skills. It's because they wanted to take that money away from him. These owners already had it in their mind already. But they say, you know what? At least we got him as a discount. Now, for all my people that's my age, he need to pull an Anderson Hunt. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. He need to pull an Anderson Hunt, yo. Or he need to pull a Stephon Marbury. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and build the league up. He has the I promise you this, if he had went to Canada, I will follow him in Canada. He will be the number one person in Canada if he went there. He will make his money. I promise you this. With endorsements and everything, that kid will make his money. He in the wrong place, man. They see the reason why I say they in the wrong place because they purposely took the money away from him. Even though I mean, I can argue with the Browns that they took the first pick because they had needs. And then they could have took him with their second selection, but they took Dylan Gabriel. But they weren't the ones that took all the money away from him, though. It was the Giants and the Jets. They took all the money away from him, and the Raiders. And Tom Brady had something to do with it. Because if a owner, now somebody close to the Raiders organization said that there was somebody affiliated with the Raiders said you need to take this guy. He's a good pick. You need to take him. But they're not saying who that person was. I hope it is Brady that said that tried to convince them to take him. I hope it is him because this guy looked up to you, Tom, and for you to snake him like that, if you did snake him, it's gonna come out eventually. But I heard that it was somebody in the Raiders organization that said you need to take this kid, and they said no. So the Raiders, the Jets, the Giants, and I can't remember the other team. They took that $40 million away from him. They sure did. And guess what? We now know it's not because of his skills. They know he got the skills. It's because of they claim that he's a head case. So now we know now. We know where how the 40 million went missing. So hey, is it going? So yeah, that's I'm glad Boomer Science and that came out and said that. So now we know. So all the stuff I was pretty much alluding to was like it came to fruition. They did come out and he did say what the issue was. So basically the issue was at the point where see, because if he had got pick number one, the 40 million would have been coming his way. It's 4 years, 40 million. It's 4 years, 40 million. That's something like what Cam is getting. He would have got the same thing if he was the second quarterback taken after Travis. Because we know Cam had got pick number one, then Travis. And it in all likelihood, if they hadn't felt this way, Shedeur would have been third. He would have been coming off third, or he could have possibly been coming off the fourth pick. He could have been possibly coming off the fourth pick because that team that picked third didn't need a quarterback. It came down to the Giants, the Jets, and the Raiders. And then it came down to the other teams going down the first line. That's what happened. And all they had to do was talk to him like, Shedeur, what you mean by that? Like, you want to change the culture? Like, that don't sound right. Somebody should have said something to him. Like, what do you mean by that? But see, they don't care. They don't care about how we think. They just want us to sit there and dance and do a jigaboo for them and entertain them. Okay? Yes, don't get me wrong. The NFL has made a lot of millionaires. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. That profession has made a lot of millionaires over the years. So I do see there's some positives with this. There's some positives now. I can't overlook that money because there are some positives. Because some of these kids, they wouldn't have made money no other way. Okay? But some of these kids, they were able to make a lot of money. Like I'm looking at Deshaun Jackson, even he had problems. He was still able to make a lot of money. Okay? He was still able to secure a lot of money. I can't overlook that. Okay? But when it comes to the quarterback, but when it comes to this draft situation, you do have to be a certain way. They don't want you to be overly outspoken. They don't. They don't. It rubs in the wrong way, especially if you don't have the complexion for the protection for the collection. The reason why I say the protection for the complexion for the protection the complexion for the protection for the collection is because Eli Manning's father did the same thing and they allowed it. Even though I will say this, it did rub some owners the wrong way when Arch Manning did that. It did rub some of them the wrong way because they said it. And they were vocal about it. They said it. They were like, man, who is he, man? They don't like that. They don't. So I was telling some people, they said, what can we do about it? I said, well, this is what we could do about it. Just us, just our little community. We don't have to go to the games no more. And we don't have to buy their merchandise. Yeah, I want to buy a Shedeur jersey, but I'm not supporting the Browns, though. So I'm not going to buy it. Yeah, I want to buy a Travis jersey. I'm not going to buy it. Actually, the Jaguars, they did right by Travis. So I'm not going to put them in this. Actually, I'm not. I'm actually not going to put the Jaguars in it. This is not the Jaguars' fault because the Jaguars already got Trevor Lawrence. So this is not on them. This is not on Dallas because Dallas already have Dak Prescott. It was the ones that needed a quarterback. Now, if he don't make it with the Browns because they gonna fuck with him, he can always go to Dallas. He'll get on. He'll go somewhere. He'll go to Dallas. They got connections. He'll go to Dallas or somewhere. But he should do what the Rocket Ishmael did. If you know, you know. Where did Rocket Ishmael go? Anybody know? He went to Canada. He sure did. And then he came back to the NFL. But he got his money in Canada, though. What did Anderson Hunt do? Anderson Hunt went to Europe. He sure did. And still made money. So the thing is, if you want to argue with me, okay, well, Max, they took Dylan Gabriel. He's a really good quarterback. Okay, I mean, that's a debate I can have. That's okay. But for the sake of discussion, he didn't, he didn't, I thought I was missing. So I said, damn, like, maybe they thought he sucked somewhere. I don't know. Well, am I missing something? Am I biased because I like the kid? No. They didn't draft him because of skills. They didn't draft him because they think he's a head case. That's why. He don't fit what they looking for. I'm telling you, this is what they looking for. All right, look. All right, I know it's kind of too late for me to tell them now, but this is what they looking for. Shedeur, what can you bring to an NFL franchise? What I want to bring is, I just want to work hard and do anything possible for the team to win. That's pretty much it. I just want to play my position, learn the playbook, and stay out of the way. That's what they were looking for. Okay, Shedeur. Wow, that's okay. So, tell us a little bit more. Yeah, I just want to. I'm very happy and eager um, to come to the organization and learn as much as I can and win a championship and just build from the ground up. Just build my skills from the ground and work hard from the ground. That's all they want him to say. They think he's too braggadocio, but see, for me, no, he's not braggadocio. I know what he meant by he said that. He said he said if you're looking to change the culture, I'm your guy. Because what he's saying is let's start winning. I'm ready to win. That's what he was saying. What's braggadocio about that? But I'm telling you how these devils think. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling you how they think. I'm not lying. Did you know some of these buildings they some of the most dangerous people on earth? Did y'all know that? Some of the most dangerous on earth, yo. They got some wicked minds. And yeah, see, they don't like the fact they got to give you all this money because the market is calling for you to have all this money. It's just a market thing, okay? Like the rookies coming in, the top 5 picks, yeah, they're gonna get 40 million because that's what the market is calling for. So they want you to be a certain way. They want you to be so grateful and happy. I mean, we already grateful and happy we getting $40 million just to stay in shape. We already grateful for that. But they don't want you to be outspoken and ensure yourself. No, they want you to be sure of yourself, but they want you to do it a certain way. Here's another one. Shadura, you're going into a team. You could possibly go into a team where they've been losing for so long. Oh, that's fine. I thank God for the opportunity anyway. I'm just ready to get drafted and go there and just be a part of the team. I just want to fit in and just be a part of it. That's what they were looking for. But here's the thing. Even if he had said that, they already had him marked already. They already had him marked already, even when he's at Jackson State. They already had him marked because the way his father talked. Already had him marked, yo. I'm being real with you. And it's not Coach Prime's fault. It's just who he is. He paid he paid his dues to be sure of himself about football. He paid his dues. He a Hall of Famer. Him and Bo Jackson, him and Bo Jackson's two greatest of all time in two sports. But here's the thing. Coach Prime already had the answer to it. He said that the problems he was having with the media is this. I should have let them tell me I was great. He said that. But I told myself I was great. I told them I was great. He said that probably was the problem. There's been a love-hate relationship with him in the media since he got drafted in the 80s. And now it's trickled over to his kids now. And what's wrong with having somebody overly confident because they know what they can. Of course, Shedeur, he know he can fucking ball. What's wrong with saying he want to change the culture over there or don't pick him? What's wrong with saying that? So if I was an NFL owner, you know what I would have thought? I was like, oh shit, he popping it like that. I'm drafting this kid because he said he about to change the culture of winning. Because you win and get more money, and then you can up the prices of them damn stupid ass tickets. That's how I be thinking. See, let me say that. That herein lies the point. That's how I will be thinking because I'm a brother. I can relate to him. They can't. They not brothers. They devils. That's why they can't relate. Okay? That's why they can't relate. They devils. That's why they can't relate. Because they don't think that we're equal. And they're right about that. We're not equal to them. We're better than them. We're not equal to them. So that's one thing I got in common with them. I think I'm better than them. I don't give a fuck how much money they got. They devils. See, that's the difference. If I was the owner, if I see him popping it like that, I'm like, wait a minute. Two said, don't he said if you ready to change the culture, I'm your guy. I said, okay, he popping it like that. I'm ready to draft this kid. Because this kid about winning. And I'm about making money. Because if I'm winning, you know what I'm saying, and we sitting up here contending with Pat Mahomes and them, we got all type of TV money. And we gonna be winning. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to say that. I want a quarterback that could pop it like that. You know what I'm saying? And sure of himself. But they don't like that. Because by birthright, they think they better. I'm just telling y'all that's the real deal. I'm sorry to have to turn it into this, but that's what it is. They showed their ugly face again. Now don't get me wrong, like I said again, the NFL has created a lot of millionaires. It did. It did. But at the end of the day, they don't want you eating at their table either. They don't give a fuck how much money you got. They think they better. The story of OJ. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't give a damn how much money you got. You still an N-word to me. And I'm sorry I had to be real like that. I'm sorry I had to be real like that. They like, who the hell he is? Talking about he changing the culture and all this. And he ain't say nothing wrong. Shedeur, I'm here to tell you, you didn't say nothing wrong. Nothing. They just mad because their old ladies cheat on them. I don't give a fuck how much money they got. Their old lady still got a man on the side. I don't give a fuck what they think. Give a damn. I feel like my purpose in this world is just to be fucking real and tell them about themselves. That's it. That's my purpose. I'm gonna be fucking real and tell these devils how they really are. That's it. Now, but here's what I want to say to you guys. Unfortunately, I have to tell you this because I know how to play the game. I can think they devils all day long, but if I need to get their money, oh, I can code switch. Oh yes, I could tell them what they want to hear and still cuss them out in my head, like you old devil. but I need your money for the short term. I need that 40 million so I can go flip that and then tell you to go kiss my ass. Okay, I'm like that. So yeah, you would have to say, I just ready to be a part of the team. I'm just ready to play an integral part of the team. I just want to fit in. I just want to be a part of the team. Um, Whatever they want me to do, I am willing to do. Okay, knowing I'm fucking lying, knowing I'm lying. I just want to do what they want me to do. Okay, but really, what I'm saying is, let me translate that for you. I just want the fucking money. Okay, I just want your money. Okay, I don't care about no Super Bowls. I just want your money. Because now Trevor Lawrence got so much money, he don't know what to do. They ain't winning. Okay, he got so much damn money. But see, he know how to play the game. Yeah, I just want to keep winning. I have my dreams to win a championship for Jacksonville. I just want to win a championship. He got his money now. He got it because some of that stuff guaranteed. So it don't matter if he win another fucking game. They still got that money. They on the hook to pay him. You see what I'm saying? They on the hook to pay him. See, you ain't got to deal with these devils. After you finish doing, you ain't got to deal with them no more. Fuck your Super Bowls. Fuck your appearances. I'm gone. Once I commit that robbery and get your money, like Russell Wilson did. Okay, Russell Wilson, he left Denver. Okay, with all that money, Denver's still paying him. Okay, he said, "Hey, they. I'm not trying to be no backup. I'm not trying to be a backup. They had to let him go. But guess what? He still got that money though. Yeah, he did play with the Raiders, but what did the Raiders do last year? I mean, the Steelers. What they do last year? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what they did. He still got guaranteed money coming his way. Okay, okay. It don't matter what Russell Wilson did. It don't matter if he win another game with the Giants. I hope he don't. I hope he blow the Giants up. That's what I hope now. I hope the Giants go 0-5. Okay, I hope they go 0-5 out the gate. But guess what? They still on the hook to pay him. They still got to pay him. The Broncos still got to pay him. He don't even play with the Broncos no more. They still got to pay him because there's something called consideration. See, it's something called consideration. You have a contract. When two or more people agree, they write it down in the contract. Now you have consideration. Okay? So they have to pay him that guaranteed money. I'm not talking about the whole contract. I'm talking about what's guaranteed. Now that here brings me to Dak Prescott. What Dak Prescott did is something of legend. Okay? What he did was something of legend. I don't give a damn if Dak Prescott win another game. I don't care what CD Lamb is saying. Oh, you can't, man. That wasn't a good ball. Okay. But they still got paid in that contract though. I don't care if Dallas win another game with that. They still got to pay him. They still got to pay him. They still got to pay him. See, that's what I love about that. So here's a lesson for the kids that's coming to the next draft. I want you to be robots. I want you to give robotic answers. Okay, even though you don't feel that way. I just want to win a championship. I had a dream to play in the NFL, and I hope God give me that. No, I can't put God in because I'm lying. I want to win a championship. I believe that the NFL is the best place for me. I'm just ready to just be a part of the team. Well, do you think you're bigger than the team? No, I don't think I'm bigger than the team. I just want to be a part of a team. Okay. I just want to be a part of a team. I want to win a championship if possible. I want to help my team win a championship. Because remember, there's no I in team. Man, I will work them until they tired. You hear me? Because I know how to work the game. I will work them until they tired, even though I'm fucking lying. Because I'll go home and tell my mother, man, you believe they bought that shit, Mom? Yeah, she think I did. You think they bought it? Did I keep a straight face? That's how I would be. Because I'm gonna get them devils money. Okay, just like Russell Wilson. I mean, you think he gonna win another championship? No, but you think they still got to pay him, right? Yes, they're gonna be paying Russell Wilson into What are we in 2025? Into 2045. they gonna still be paying him. 2035, they still gonna be paying him, yo. Unless they pay him all of it up front. Like I had gave you the example of Allen Houston. They used to play for the New York Knicks. They just finished. They just finished paying him about maybe 6 years ago. And how long has he been retired? He still was getting a check. That's what I'm talking about. So tell them what they want to hear. Yes, I just hope I am blessed to get with this organization. But what is it about the organization, Max, that you like? I like everything about the organization. I really like the owner. The owner, I really look up to the owner and his family. Know damn well I think they devils. I look up to the owner and his family because I want that fucking money. That's it. So let's play the game. See, you got to know how the system is set up so you can play this damn game. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen with Shedeur and if he stay there? What's gonna happen is his jersey is selling off the racks right now. I did not tell y'all that the dog pound love him. Now go look at the numbers. Who jersey is selling the most? Him or Dylan Gabriel? Go look. Go look. If you don't believe me, go look. I've already looked. Okay? I already looked, so you don't have to look. His jersey is selling off the damn meat racks. Okay? So guess what's gonna happen? All them fans in that stadium got number 2 jersey on. What you think's gonna happen? They gonna start calling his name. I told y'all this already. They gonna start calling for him to go in. The Browns ain't got no other choice but to put 2 in it. I know what they said. Well, ain't nothing promised to you. Ain't nothing guaranteed. We can't promise you nothing. You just gotta go. They gonna put his ass in the game. I bet you. Okay, that's what they can promise him. So yes, I know what I'm talking about because I already know how the system is set up. I know how these devils think. That's it. Now, for those that's listening, don't get offended because if you ain't a devil, you ain't a devil. I didn't say y'all a homogenous group of people or y'all all the same. There's some of y'all are devils. I said 90% of you are. And if you ain't in the 90%, don't get offended. Congratulations, you are now in the 10%. Congratulations. Don't get offended. If you get offended, don't come back because I'm going to be real for the whole duration. So don't come back. Okay? Don't come back. Don't come back. Because something in your DNA is just starting to make you itch because it's in your DNA, so it ain't my fault. Okay? And my voice deep as fuck. And I know it goes right into y'all fucking souls. You fucking devils. You probably hear my voice in your head, my voice so deep. You damn right. God gave me this voice. It's God given. And I'm going to sit up here and give it to you. I just made it my business. I'm just going to be real from now on. That's it. Because me trying to be what it was is not working. You had me shadow banned. So since you're gonna have me shadow, I'm not sitting up here cussing all the time. I ain't calling nobody. Yeah, I call them devils, but you don't know who I'm calling the devil. Okay? I ain't calling these owners out by name because they too damn scared to even say their name. Anonymous owners. Here they go with this anonymous stuff again. But we know who they are. I told you before I'd never follow the Jets ever again in my life. Ever again. Nope, never again. I hope they go 0-5. I hope the Giants go 0-5. I hope the Raiders win 2 games for the whole season. I hope they only win 2 games in that new ass stadium. I hope you only win 2 games. Okay? I'm wishing for you guys to only win 2 games in that new ass stadium and you losing. That kid didn't say nothing wrong whatsoever. And don't get triggered. And if you are getting triggered, you're a devil. So congratulations. All right? All right, so now that we all on the same accord, you're a devil or you're in the 10%, one or the other. Now, what do I mean by that? 90% of them are devils. And there's 10% of them, you know what I'm saying, that are good people. 10% is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Because if I was Tom Brady, I said, no, y'all drafting this kid, yo. Or cash me out of my ownership then. Because y'all ain't trying to win. Fuck that. Listen, I got a relationship with this kid. I know he good. But he probably don't have no say so. He just a figurehead, you know what I'm saying, a celebrity. These owners don't care about that. So that's just what it is. I couldn't believe I was like, well, they said it. It was like, yeah, we took him off the board. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have to deal with that. We don't want to have to deal with that and with their brain, all that right there. And look, they trying to say that the Giants, now I'm getting ready to roast the Giants coach. Give me a second. Y'all have a seat real quick. Get your popcorn because I'm getting ready to roast his ass. Now, according to reports, he said Shedeur wasn't prepared. He said something Shedeur didn't like, whatever. I don't know. Well, just like I forget who said it, maybe Shannon, somebody said it. Of all people that's not prepared, your ass is not prepared. What did the Giants do last year? Your ass is not prepared. Okay? You probably gonna get fired eventually. You gonna get fired eventually. Because your ass is not prepared. Sitting up there having a raggedy ass season like that. Y'all not prepared. How about that? The Jets, I know they not prepared. They haven't won nothing my whole life. The last time the Giants won something was with Joe Namath. I wasn't even born yet to talk my shit. That's when the last time they won. Okay? So they had won nothing. So they don't need to talk. Because they don't have a culture of winning. So no wonder Shedeur wasn't going there talking about he want to change the coach. You ain't changing with the Jets. You are not changing the coach with the Jets because they will see the Jets. They'll get a few people. You know what I'm saying? They'll get a Sauce Gardner. You know what I'm saying? They'll get a Revis Island. They'll get a DeBrickashaw Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? They'll get a few people. Get Michael Vick for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some. What they do is they get those players to fill the seats up. You see what I'm saying? But as far as winning is concerned, they're not trying to do all that, man. They not, because they haven't won nothing my whole life. They haven't won nothing since the 70s. I mean, since Joe Namath. What was it, 69 or something? They haven't won nothing since. Okay? So they don't want to hear nobody come in and say they want to change the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because that means they got to go out and spend a lot of money. They really get a roster together. They try to win. They're not trying to do all that, man. Now, whoever drafted that quarterback, I forget the dude's name. Where did that guy go? Do anybody know? New Orleans? Where did he go? And what is his name? You know, they were so in their feelings. They had to go draft that dude, yo. They couldn't even look. They got a They don't. They don't just have a problem with Shedeur. Apparently, I guess the Texas quarterback rubbed them the wrong way. They had a problem with him too. Okay, this is ridiculous. All right, I'm about to get out of here. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm gonna be back with a part two. But they had it out for yours too. I'm defending Quinn Ewers too. See, I'm not like these devils. I'm not like that. I like everybody, but I only like the 10% of y'all though. Okay. So shout out to Quinn Ewers, man, because they had it out for his ass too. He was the last quarterback taken, and he was on the NCAA game. The fuck? How is he the last quarterback taken? He was on the NCAA game. If he was that good to be on the damn game, and Texas didn't do so bad this year, what's the problem? How come Isaiah Bond didn't get drafted? So they had a problem with a lot of people. One just Shedeur. See, I'm the uncle you don't want to bring to no functions. Because I'm not sitting up here showing my teeth to these devils. I'm the uncle you just leave at the hotel, yo. Hey, unc, just stay at the hotel, yo, because they might rub you the wrong way and you might say, just leave at the hotel, yo. Just leave me at the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Just leave my ass at the hotel. Because I'm going to say something that they don't like. Okay? I'm nice to people. Don't get me wrong. I'm a real cool person. I'm a real gentle giant. Anybody will tell you, I'll give my last dollar. Okay, but I was right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Sometimes good people get hurt in this world. And I'm just here to tell them about themselves. Ashe. I will see you later. Peace.